How's it going, everyone? I'm Josh from Elder Drunken Highlander, and this is our deck tech video for LAWD COMIN, a Syr Carah Dragon's Approach Storm deck that focuses on spam casting spells, storming off, and ending the game with a massive burn damage to each player. Oh, and there are some dragons, I guess. Bonus! This deck is easy, fun, and incredibly rewarding to play. In fact, this is often the deck I lend to people when they ask me to borrow a deck just because it's not hard to figure out what you need to do, and holy storm balls is it fun to rip through your library at lightning bolt pace and then kill someone with an ignite memories. You don't know feelings of power until you watch your friend drown in his own sweat as he realizes the Kozilek he tutored up to help him win is going to be his downfall. Honestly, I could do a 10-minute deck tech just on Ignite Memories alone. I think it's one of the most fun win cons in all of Commander. If for some weird reason you like hearing me say good things about bad cards, you should consider subscribing, joining our Discord, or even joining our Patreon and supporting us directly. We put lots of great content out besides just these deck techs, so if you want to see more from us, go hit those buttons. We stream now on Twitch on Thursday and Sunday nights. We also put out a series recently. We take a content creator who has literally never played Magic the Gathering before and teach them competitive EDH. It's super entertaining and everyone needs to see it, so if you haven't seen it, go see it. Now where are we? Oh right, LAWD COMIN. Start your game by trying to power out our Dragon Caller Queen Carah as early as possible, sticking her on turn 3 or turn 4. From there, your game plan is simple. Cast spells, exile spells, cast those spells, stop eventually, maybe at some point. It's an incredibly simple game plan that's incredibly rewarding and fun to do due to the variance in the cards that we run. Well, in most of the cards that we run. Each burn spell is going to exile at least one other spell to continue the chain. As long as you have mana and a burning desire to burn down life totals, you can keep slinging spells and slapping faces with them. We have a plethora of spells that damage each player, which can net us 4 exile triggers from Carah. We have a myriad of spells that damage each opponent, which can exile 3 spells, and we have quite the collection of single target burn spells as well. We even frequently catch creatures in the crossfire and often don't have to worry about crackbacks from decks with weenies, tokens, or dorks. Don't feel bad about leaving spells stranded in exile. People get worked up that their spells are gone forever. I mean, you're mono red. If you ain't using them right the hell now, then did you really need them? Besides, they aren't actually gone forever. Any of you who have been following our channel for a while can probably guess what I mean by that. If you're new, then you're in luck. You get to hear me rant about one of my favorite cards of all time. That's right, baby. It's mother-loving Mirror of Fate. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the jankiest of them all? Oh? Me? Wait, it's Austin? Fuck. Anyways, this masterpiece of a card allows us to bring any 7 cards we own from exile and return them to our library for the low cost of exiling our entire deck.
Never drink another beer. Beer here! I'll take 10.
In other videos, I've assembled ridiculous infinite turns loops and doomsday piles using this thing. And you can see both those videos linked in the description. But in this video, I'm attempting to do something much more fair? Yep. The mirror is just in here to close games by putting our 7 best burn spells back into Syr Carah's reach. No double mirror crazy loops, although you can stack your deck if you have Buried Ruin out. Just simple, easy value plays. Being able to cast mirror early in the game and then use it later for free is a huge boon too. In addition to our mad mirror, we have this deck's namesake, Dragon's Approach, padding our library. This card and the 15 others exactly like it in our deck synergize exceptionally well with Syr Carah's ability, allowing us to see 3 more cards with her after casting it. Dragon's Approach essentially translates to pay 1 mana, deal 1 damage, exile 1 card, which is a really good rate. Add in the fact that sometimes you get a free bonus dragon and you have a pretty solid core for the deck. The dragons themselves are more of a bonus really, than an essential part of our game plan. As such, we have a few different ones that fill a few different needs. Hoarding Dragon can find Mirror of Fate or Primal Amulet. Nullspine Dragon refills our hand. Steel Hellkite is some nice removal, and Goldspan Dragon provides some mana. All good things, all good things. Okay, so now we know how to get rockin', sockin', and boppin' with our big bad burn spells, but how do we actually close the game? What cards can help propel us to victory? Turns out a lot of them. Since we whittle the table down over time, it isn't uncommon for us to finish off foes with a big earthquake, some well-placed lightning bolts and friends, or even a big bad dragon beater. We also have a few storm cards that can get us crazy damage off on our opponents while keeping our Carah chain going. Ignite Memories is far and away the best and most exciting one, but we also have Grape Shot in there too. Grape Shot is also good just for using in the middle of a big burn storm turn to get some more Carah triggers and keep the chain going. Our storm cards can also act as payoffs with Stormkiln Artist, who's probably our best card overall. If only he was a dragon. Note that Quest for Pure Flame can be popped on our victory turns as well in order to ensure that we get the killing blow. We also have a complicated multi-step crazy janky combo in here, because of course we do, it's one of our decks after all. This is one of those combos that requires a good amount of build-up, so much so that often by the time you have it, you can just kill the table using non-infinite damage instead. I know that if you're watching us though, it's probably because one of your favorite phrases is, "I would like to demonstrate a loop." So I got you! Let's get combo looted and break this sucker down for all you hungry Johnnies out there. Start with Syr Carah on the board. In addition to our stormy-eyed heroine, we will also need some mana buddies. Any combination of these guys producing 3 mana per cast will do. Stormkiln Artist, doubly so when combined with Goldspan Dragon. Chandra and Paradise Mantle will work as well, so will Bergie. They all make up this Paradox Engine parody team. Paradox Engine. Yeah. By casting Dragon's Approach with at least 3 of these bad boys on the board, we will net neutral on mana and net positive on cards. Now, yes, there is a chance we just hit 3 lands and our combo stops, but that's part of the fun, ain't it? Besides, every time I actually pull this off, the table's at like 15 life split collectively between the 4 of us, so I rarely need to go super deep with it. Notable inclusions. These are cards that I thought were spicy enough to showcase, in no particular order. Chandra's Spitfire. This thing regularly gets up to 30 power once we get our engine going and can often just kill some poor fool. This card is a must-remove card in this deck. Do not, I repeat, do not let me untap with Chandra's Spitfire. Modal double-face lands. I run all of them in here, even a Coom Warrior. The reasoning is because lands are usually dead off the top with Carah, so having more options for cards when I exile them is great. All of them are useful here too, even a 4/5 blocker. Burning Prophet. Okay, so the scry happens when you cast a spell, which means you get to see the top card before it gets exiled. Also, it has fake prowess. This card is nuts. From the Ashes. I intentionally skewed heavy on non-basic lands just for this card. If you have more than 4 non-basics on your field, this card acts like a ritual on your storm turns that also fucks with your opponent's greedy mana bases without totally taking them out of the game. Floating 2 extra mana from your non-basics and then finding 6 untapped mountains is pretty aight, even on its own. Dark Steel Plate. Protecting Carah is important, and this card enables that easily while also letting you go deeper on cards that damage creatures. If your meta likes killing commanders, you should also invest in stuff like Shield of Kaldra and other indestructible goodies, maybe like Deflecting Swat and Wild Ricochet and other similar things like that too. Notable exclusions. These are sweet cards that I ended up cutting. That doesn't mean they're bad though. You should totally consider them for your own builds. Squee the Immortal. He's an eternal blocker that can be cast from exile. Dope. Indomitable Creativity. A removal spell that turns your stuff into better stuff is pretty fun, just a tad costed. Damage doublers and increasers. I think the only one we really need is Quest coming in at 1 mana. The rest are a tad costed for me. I would have to cut one of the other greedy expensive spells that I'm personally attached to. Repercussion. This would definitely kill people, I just didn't want to go in that direction. Other dragons. The only necessary one here is Goldspan Dragon. The rest don't even need to be in the deck. You can run any dragons you want, or just cut them for more storm spells or something. Speaking of which, the remaining storm spells. I didn't think their impact would be enough to win the game the turn I cast them, so I excluded them. They aren't bad, but I think other splashy fun payoffs would need to be cut, and I am emotionally attached to those. Expected meta. This is a casual deck that is able to sit down and have fun fair games against commander precons and decks slightly stronger than those. It isn't designed to play in cutthroat pods where players are choosing decks specifically because of their chances of winning. It is more suited for games where players are focused on making big exciting plays than hyper-efficient plays. I wouldn't play this deck at commander leagues for prizes, but it is one of the first ones I reach for when just playing for fun. This deck can also be tuned up or down as needed, simply by adjusting the payoff slightly and reworking the ramp package. With fast mana, this deck can easily punch up into higher powered metas and pods, and with 3 mana utility rocks, it can chill out and take it easy against new players or precons. At any level though, it is wicked fun. If you want to see more of this stuff, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, you know the drill. Follow us on social media, the links are in the description. We have a Patreon, you can pay us. We also stream on Twitch now, so check me out making some card alters on Thursday nights, and check out Austin building decks on Sundays. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.